Slim to nil, but let's go ahead and hear what you have to say.
Campman, yeah.
Oh, Campman, get a break.
And now, coming to you from the K2 Studios in San Diego, California, it's the world-famous Chris and Kristine Show.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for listening, and I am Chris.
And I'm Kristine, and welcome to the 81st episode of the Chris and Kristine Show.
We are well on our way into the 80s, baby.
Yes, we are. The 81st episode is the same year that I was born, so congratulations. There you go.
Fantastic. Well, Kristine, I'm sorry to say that your birthday week was last week, and this week we are back to the normal, not so celebration-wise,
Wrong, because it's birthday month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the birthday shenanigans continue.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What was I thinking?
You're right. It does not expire until 1 month after my birthday, because birthday month includes the whole month you were born, and then for a month after your actual birthday. So as of April 20th on 4/20,
whoa,
the birthday celebration will be over.
So, hey, baby, how has your week been being at your big 40th birthday celebration?
Well, my birthday was so wonderful. You made it such an amazing day, and having my parents here was just amazing, and having all three boys here. And we actually were able to get your parents and my parents all together, and having that special surprise birthday episode was just more than I could have asked for. I listened to it over and over again this week just to hear everybody talking about memories, and it was just so sweet. I really loved it. Thank you.
It was amazing. And thank you for, if you were a guest on the show, I'm talking to you, the sisters and the family and the kids.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking part in the episode. It was so great. You are what made the episode so special. And I loved it so much. It
Me
was
too.
so much fun.
It was so much fun. And I was very excited to be able to go to my favorite Italian restaurant for my birthday. And I ate a calzone, and it was so good. I loved it so much.
Speaking of food, I'm like starving right now.
I know. I'm on the border of getting hangry, but it's all right. I'm going to just keep it dialed back. Maybe I'll have a little snack before we go to eat, because we are kid free this weekend,
Woohoo!
which means date night.
Hey, yeah.
And you just told me you're going to take me wherever I want to go.
Whatever you want, baby. Whatever.
Lobster.
There's no price is no limit on anything. You can get whatever you want, babe.
Thank you so much.
As long as it's from the dollar menu.
Wrong.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I had a really great week, and then last night had super fun bringing our nieces over for a sleepover. Nieces from your side of the family. My other nieces live far away, but had the two littles, Kendra and Araya, come over for their first ever sleepover at our house, and it was a girls' night, and oh my goodness, it was so much fun.
Oh, really? What's so fun about it?
Well, I picked them up right after I got done with work, and then I told them we were going to stop by Target, and I'd set aside...
Kids love the Target.
I know. I'd set aside a little bit of my money from my skincare side business to be able to spoil them. I was really looking forward to it, and so we went, and they're really into doing crafty types of projects. And when we walked in, I saw in the toy section that Target had a sale. It was 30% off their little craft sets. And so we got this box, and it was the bedazzle your own face mask.
What?
Little kit.
I want to do that.
I know. They were dying, and they were blue and sparkly, and they had little rhinestones and ribbons and bows and butterflies that you could put onto them with little Velcro circles. And
awesome.
Oh my gosh, they were so excited. So each little girl got to make 2 face masks. And Araya, she's 5, she goes, I hope my students at school really think this is beautiful.
Her students? Was she a teacher?
She meant her classmates.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
Yeah, and
right.
She was so cute. And then after that, we had another little craft set we got from Target, and it was to color your own little squishy. It's almost like the stress reliever balls.
Right.
But
They're made out of foam, like a soft foam that you squeeze and it comes back up.
But the kit had 3 in there, and we got it because it showed like a unicorn and an owl and something else. And when we opened it, it was a hot dog, a teddy bear, and a donut.
Wow, all food-related stuff.
I know.
Except for the teddy bear. I don't know that comes in place.
But it was fun. They did that, and we came home. Oh, and then they had these little tiny Barbies. They were called Chelsea dolls, but it was like Barbie's little sister. But it's this new line, and I really liked it because it was called Girls Can Be, and each of the different dolls had a different career that typically are stereotyped as male careers, and they had little girls with all of the setup. So it was like one was a construction worker, one was a doctor, one was a pilot, and so we had like 6 different ones, and I was like, well, girls, which one do you want? Because they were like on super sale for like $6. And Kendra's like, well, girls can be ready to travel. I want this one that's going to travel. And she had like her little tiny purse dog with a little leash. And then Araya picked the one that was a rock star. And she was like, girls can be rock stars, right? And so it was so adorable.
Well, is she planning on traveling somewhere?
I don't know. They were just, imagining. And then they came home and they were playing with their little dolls. And we got some coloring books. And what I like to do is when I get them something special like that, they leave it here so that they have something to look forward to when they come back. So they're not bored when they come for family get-togethers. They have their little bucket of goodies because we have all boys here. And even though they like some of the same things as the boys, they're not as into Nerf guns and Legos. And so,
that's good. That's a really good idea. You are so smart. You think of all these little knick-knack things that I would never even thought of. I think, okay, the TV's there. Yeah, I got Disney Channel. Put it on and have a good day. And that's when I used to watch the kids. That's basically what I would do. Or maybe put on a movie if I have a kids type stuff. And everybody has like Disney Plus now and Netflix and all that. And my parents do that when they watch the kids now. Since now my parents are in the 21st century.
Right. With the new TV they got for Christmas.
Yeah, and they have Netflix and Disney Plus. So now when the kids come over there, they can just put that thing on. And my parents are so hooked on the Netflix. It was like a whole new world they never knew about.
Yeah, well, the girls were very excited, and they were just so well-mannered and very sweet and, very, very appreciative of everything. And I'm so used to having so much testosterone around, and especially with going through COVID.
Excuse me? What?
But especially with going through COVID and not being able to be around my girlfriends as much, it was really nice to have our nieces here and to just do like things that I love, which are like crafty projects. And they really wanted to just sit and color and talk. And we chatted about all different kinds of things.
Ooh.
And when we were at Target, we picked up some little ice cream snacks for after dinner. And
I had some, by the way, last night. Drumsticks are my favorite.
I know. So we got 3 different kinds, and they were so excited. And then we came home and ordered a pizza, and we sat down and had pizza and ice cream. And then they wanted to watch Home Alone while they did their crafts. And I think that the icing on the cake was, and I don't know if you saw the mess on the bathroom floor.
What mess on the bathroom floor?
I cleaned it up for the most part, but we decided they were so excited, to do makeover night.
What's that?
Well, that is where I pulled out all of my makeup, and they decided to do my makeup.
What?
I know. They were so excited. I set out all of my makeup brushes, and I put my makeup mat out, and I sat on the carpet so they could reach me. And I was thinking, like, I've had little girls do my makeup before, and you end up with like one blue eyelid and one purple eyelid, but they were so cute. And they were, Araya, as she was putting on my makeup, she's like, "You are so gorgeous. You look like a princess." And then Kendra was like, "You are a queen." And I was just like sitting there while these little girls were doing my makeup, telling me how beautiful I was. And they were like, "You are like a model. You should be on a magazine." And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute.
They're telling you this.
Yes, it was so adorable.
Well, I tell you that all the time.
Thank you. But it's just like, they were so cute, and we had so much fun. And then I had to do before and after pictures. And then afterwards,
I haven't seen those yet.
I will show you because I put them on Facebook. But then Araya wanted me to do hers, and then she looked and she says, I think I want a little more on my cheeks.
Oh, wow. She's giving you pointers, too, on how to do it. Did she tell what shades you wanted?
Yes, she picked out her eyeshadow color, and we did a little bit of lip gloss. And so then we took it right off afterwards because she didn't want to keep it on. And I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And then, they went to bed. It took a little while to get them to bed. But then this morning, after I gave them breakfast, I had a Groupon and I took them to, it's called Ceramic Cafe. And what it is it's one of those paint your own ceramic studios.
No way.
Yeah. And so they were so excited. They'd never been. And I got it 50% off. And so for like $25 they each got to paint, like Kendra picked a horse and Araya picked a unicorn. And they got to like paint it all by themselves. And Kendra is really into arts and crafts. And that's her strength. She's very artistic, and I don't know if everybody always values that creativity in like in school, because people a lot of times look at like math and language arts that you need to be successful in. But I noticed she has just this great creativity, and she's very meticulous, and it was just so neat to watch them coming up with the different colors and patterns, and it was a really great time. And I miss that kind of stuff with my other nieces being so far away, and it's really fun to have Kendra and Araya nearby.
So you two think this is going to be like a regular thing where you could have them over like every other Friday night?
Oh, not that often. I would say like
once a month?
Maybe every other month.
Every other month.
Yeah, if you think about it, because every other week I'm either going up to see Zeke or he's down here.
That's true. I forgot all about that. Yeah.
So I need to have downtime for myself.
Got
but
you.
Since we don't have Jacob Mason or Ezekiel this weekend, it was just perfect timing because I wasn't feeling rushed.
You hear that? I don't hear any like fighting or anything going on.
I know.
Because the kids aren't here. I don't like door slamming or kids saying, "Ow, you hit me," or "Ow, that's my toy," or "Get off that. I'm using that."
I just sometimes don't know what to do with myself. I know sometimes they drive me nuts when everybody's here, but you've got to remember, I am by myself 4 nights a week at this house.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Sometimes, I mean, it is to a certain extent when you can go out and do things, but 4 nights a week, 52 weeks out of the year is like 200 nights that I'm by myself. And so it was nice to have
company,
the little girls here, and they were so cute.
Oh, fantastic.
I just love them so much.
Wow.
Thank you for being open to letting me be Auntie Kristine. And
you're soaking it all in.
I know. I love it so much. But enough about my little niecey sleepover. How has your week been, Chris?
Well, it's been work. It's been the usual grind. It's we've been getting busier lately. Like the roads. I went to work the other day, and I'm getting to work, and I'm like, there's so much traffic now where it didn't used to be. It used to be a little more like I would fly to work, no problem. Wouldn't even think about it. I could be running a little late, and it wouldn't matter because I would still get there right on time.
Right.
Because of now it's like just the opposite.
Well, it's like everything's reopening, right?
I think so. I think a lot of stuff, but there are those rules where you have to have a mask and you have to have the 6 feet distance when you go to the store, and it's just a basic common stuff. I don't think that's going anywhere time soon.
Do you think we're ever going to get away from having to wear masks?
It's possible. I think it might be like an option where if you go on some airplanes, you'll see people wearing the mask and some don't.
They're all required on the airplanes.
I know, but I'm saying before COVID, people were like, some people would wear them, some people wouldn't. Mm-hmm. It might be like that, but I don't know how soon. I mean, this isn't Texas,
Yeah, or Arizona.
Or whatever, whoever decided to make it free for all. And even those states there, I heard people are still wearing their masks and stuff. So it's not like a free for all, like everybody's out like, woohoo,
Right.
But yeah,
Well, what else has been going on with you this week other than traffic?
Well, on Podtastic Audio, my other podcast, by the way, I had another VIP guest on this week.
Who was it?
It was SP from the Better Podcasting podcast.
Okay. So what does SP stand for?
Well,
Super Podtastic?
Something like that. Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds about right. It's actually Stargate Pioneer.
Oh, okay.
Which is really his birth name, which is crazy to think about.
No, are you serious?
No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
No, but
but he's an expert in podcasting?
He's been doing it for like 10 years.
Oh, that's amazing. That's like light years when it comes to podcasting.
Well, yeah, it is. I think 2 years is really a light year these days. But he's been doing it for a long time. He has done many podcasts. He knows it inside and out. And we chatted for a very nice episode. It was episode 11.
Oh, okay.
Episode 11 is the episode with SP, and it was very good because I asked a bunch of questions about podcasting. It was a very fun episode, and he says he misses you, by the way.
I know. I heard that at the beginning of the episode, and I was like, do I know him? Did we date? What is his real name? Maybe that's why he's going by a code name. Maybe he is one of my exes.
Well, maybe on a future episode of the Chris and Kristine show, we might have him on.
That would be so much fun.
That would be great. Hey, speaking of having people on the show, this episode being that episode 81, one being one more than 80, we decided why not have as many guests on as we possibly can throw on a show.
Yeah, it totally felt like an episode of Friends, right?
It totally did. So coming up next, we're not only going to have one guest, not two guests. We're going to have 3 guests in the studio, plus Kristine and I. It's 5 voices total on the microphone coming up next. Hey there, K2 crew. We love having you as our loyal listeners.
To keep up to date with what's happening behind the scenes, check us out on social media.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
And don't forget to follow our Facebook page.
Yeah, tag us in your favorite fun stories, and guess what? You might just end up on the show.
Ooh.
You know the one thing that will really crush a first date? And that's probably bad skin. But don't you worry. Today's episode here is presented by The Skin Store. For over 20 years, The Skin Store has been the #1 destination for premium skincare, hair care, and beauty products with over 8,000 different products from 300 different brands. The Skin Store has you covered for all your hair, cosmetics, supplements, and of course, skincare needs. Find your favorite brands like Elta MD, NuFace, Olaplex, and all in one place with gifts with every purchase. Well, check that out. Right now, the Skin Store is offering our listeners 20% off your next purchase. What? 20% off? I could use 20% off by using the code POD. That's code POD, POD, for 20% off your next purchase at theskinstore.com/pod.list. Skin Store, have the confidence to tackle the day ahead. Some exclusions may apply.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we have not 1, not 2, but 3 special VIP guests. Joining us on the show today are the one and only Derrek Duvall, Mindy Duvall, and Money Chris. Welcome to the show.
I've never been called a VIP before. That's really nice.
Oh, man.
Does that get me will that buy me a cup of coffee somewhere?
You know what? I think we could send you a VIP card from the Chris and Kristine show, and you might just get like discounts at special places. I don't know where they are, but you just got to flash the card.
God,
right.
my luck is changing for the better every minute.
Unlimited
so
listens.
And Mindy, are you on the show too?
I am. I'm here.
My bestie from the Midwestie.
Check this out.
Yes.
Everybody is all gathered in the same place. How do we pull this off?
Well, you know, COVID's on the edge of, dissipating. So we just flew everybody into the studio.
We did. Hey, what do you guys think of the wallpaper?
I wish we were in sunny California, although we did have some sunny California weather today ourselves. So.
Oh, well, a new voice to the show is Money Chris. So welcome to the show. Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm sharing their weather because I am in the same city.
And what city might that be?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yes, I've been through Tulsa before, but is it nice weather today?
75 degrees.
See, that's the best part of anything you ever say. Hey, where are you from? Tulsa. I've been through Tulsa. You don't say, I've never been to Tulsa. I never had a good time in Tulsa. I've been through Tulsa.
Right.
You know?
Right. I think I've flown over Tulsa. That's about as far as I've gotten to Tulsa.
Well,
Yeah, it's just because you haven't.
Go ahead,
I was
Mindy.
just going to say, it's just because you haven't had the chance to be here yet, so you haven't had a chance to have fun here yet.
That is, that is what everybody says. You have to be here to love it. It's kind of like where I used to live, which is an area called Fresno in California.
Yeah, you call that, you say Fresno.
And I say yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, so
Her eyes say Fresno, but her heart says Fres yes.
Listen, I've been to Fresno, and
you said it's not that bad
well,
for a weekend.
yeah,
That's high praise.
Stopping by,
It really is.
I've been to the Target. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I took a Greyhound through Fresno once.
Yes, just like in Tulsa, you go through, but you rarely stop. It's like the gateway to many places, but the end of nowhere.
I'll tell you, if you want to hear something real funny, I remember this is back in 2003. I was living in San Diego at the time, and I wanted to go to LA. I'd never been to Los Angeles. I didn't have a car, so I went and got a Greyhound bus ticket. I was like, all right. So I got on the Greyhound out of San Diego, the depot, and we're going up, and we take a pit stop through Compton.
Oh.
And the bus breaks down.
oh no,
And there's
That's a horror movie right there.
The toilet doesn't work.
No.
So I'm like, I had to ask the driver if I could please depart the bus. And he's like, you don't want to do that. And I said, I got to. So I get off the bus and I walk up to this little mom and pop corner shop and bars everywhere. And I go in and said, may I please use the restroom? And he said, you must buy something. That's fine. I bought like a stick of gum. Bubblicious. I bought some Bubblicious. Anyway, I used the bathroom. I get back and he gave me the key. It was on like a hubcap.
oh nice.
And I give it back to him and I get back on the bus and I'm just sitting there like, I'm going to die. We got to get out of here. And finally we get there and, Los Angeles had the great old time. I went to Universal Studios and Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I walked down Rodeo Drive. And yes, I did not look the part. So, the storekeepers told me I don't belong here. They sent me away.
Pretty woman situation.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You didn't get the dress you wanted after all.
I've always thought about going back with Mindy, like actually put on like a suit and and actually be like Mindy could walk in there with like her shopping bags, be like big mistake.
Yes,
like
exactly. That's that whole moment of like huge, big mistake, huge.
Which one
I'm
of
going
you
to
is the
try not to
prostitute?
read any. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to try not to read in too much on insinuating that I might be the prostitute in that situation. Money
That's
beat
so
me to it
funny.
almost, yeah.
Well, we are calling today's episode Podcast Hotline because we have 3 fabulous friends joining us from the podcasting community. And so first, why don't each of you tell us what podcast you are affiliated with or a number 1 fan of?
Yeah, Mindy, let's talk about what podcast do you have?
Or affiliated with.
Yes, exactly.
Or number 1 fan of.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, I guess I would have to say the Derrek Duvall show because otherwise I don't know why I'd be on here.
Well, you know what, Derek, Mindy and I have been keeping a secret from everyone. We have a secret underground podcast called Two Chatty Chicks. And we publish episodes every other day. And I'm really surprised that you haven't listened because we're kind of a big deal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We do.
I'm just mad that you haven't tried to follow me on Twitter or something like that,
Yeah, you know what? We just kept it on the DL because we have pseudonyms that go along with it. Her name is Kindy and mine is Kristine.
Are you sure you're not scenes from Pretty Woman? Bloody hell. Good Lord. Those don't
my
sound like normal
goodness.
names I would use.
All right. So we know
We're
Derrek
still
Duvall.
working on that.
Yeah, we are. We're just, we have such a big following. We're such a big hit out in the podcasting community. We didn't have a lot of time to think about things. We have so many downloads.
You're like basically you're like, what do you want your name to be? What do you want it to be?
Oh gosh.
Call me whatever you want.
It's not that kind of podcast.
Family friendly. So, Mindy, what podcast are you a number 1 fan of other than our secret underground make-believe one?
Right. Other than 2 Chatty Chicks, which I think was really great off the fly. Just thought of that. Unless you've actually been thinking about it and you haven't told me about it. So we'll come back to that. But I, of course, am a number 1 fan of the Derrek Duvall show.
Woohoo! All right. And Derek, what show are you affiliated with?
I'm affiliated with this little show called the Chris and Kristine Show.
Oh,
They call me up as kind of like a backup guest a lot to help fill in a lot of dead air. So I really enjoy that. It's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. The listeners appreciate it too.
You're welcome.
And Chris, what podcast are you associated with?
I am associated with the Too Many Captains movie podcast.
Are you one of the captains? Are you what's the cabin boy?
We have no cabin boys, though our pipes are clean.
Though we do have Cabin Boys Brewery here at Tulsa.
Yes.
What's that joke you always say about it? What was it?
Oh, Cabin Boys Brewery. You have to order you order your beers by the inch. So if you want like an 8-inch, instead of ounces, they use inches.
Family friendly.
Jesus.
So I've always wondered, like, on the Too Many Captains podcast, are you all captains or does somebody get to be the pirate?
What?
You know, when I think of like ships, I think of like captains and pirates.
Definitely.
I haven't. I don't think we've established technically what our naval fleet is. I think we're captains of our own microphones, and I'm not sure. We haven't had anybody steal anybody's microphone yet, so I'm not sure if we have pirate captain pirates.
Have you guys done any movies related about ships or sailing or boats?
Oh, Captain, my captain.
No, but I do remember we went through a period where like every show had to be nautical themed. What was it? On the Horizon and Up the Periscope or Your Turn in the Barrel or something like that.
Hey,
we tried to keep it somewhat nautical.
Yeah.
Are the titles still nautical titles?
We try. I'm trying to think. So, like our interview show, isn't a nautical theme. We just call it the interview show whenever we ask people questions and whatnot. Or actually, I guess it's like I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
So it is I am the captain now.
That's from, what's that one with Tom Hanks?
I'm the captain now.
It's Captain Phillips.
Oh, Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
Captain Phillips,
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
What?
It's all right.
Was it on Netflix for a while?
I just watched it for the first time.
Wow. Did you like the water shower scene? I'm talking about the one that fire on the boats to try to get the pirates off the ship.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I guess now they all have they actually have mounted machine guns and stuff.
Oh, even better.
On top of the
Yeah, but I guess if you ran out of
It's funny you say that. I actually saw a meme earlier today involving the lead pirate from Captain Phillips, and it was basically it was in relation to the boat that's stuck in the Suez Canal. And it says, like, it's a picture of the pirate smiling, going, that moment when you realize that all the ships now have to go through the Cape of Africa to get to where they're going, because that's where all the pirating is going on.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
So it makes you wonder if this was intentional.
No, it was not intentional. It was
Okay, so break it down for me. What really happened? Because all I did was see, like, a meme with a, like, sideways cargo ship in the Suez Canal. And I was like, what just happened? What's
Chris,
going
you
on?
want to take this one?
The only thing I saw was that there was some wind or something. I don't have the details.
So you also only saw the memes and didn't read the article either.
Well, that's so crazy. I was just watching...
You can see it from space. I know that.
Seriously?
Yeah. I saw that earlier.
No
NASA
way.
posted it. Yeah.
That's crazy. You would think that if the Suez Canal was that narrow, that they would only allow boats that were like a certain length to go, so that
I've seen aircraft carriers go through it before.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy talk. But I heard that cargo ship and that the Suez Canal area is like the gateway for toilet paper to get to North America. And so we all are supposed to stock up on toilet paper because we're pending.
Don't say that.
It is. They said like that the news people said that they might be having a toilet paper shortage soon. So
I love
get
that.
to Costco.
That was my favorite part of this whole line right there. They, the news people. It wasn't like, hey, CBS said this or CNN said that. It's like the news people.
It is the news people.
All encompassing.
Yeah, they're all together. They're all part of the plan. They're all part of the reason why we were out of toilet paper last year.
You're right. You guys don't listen to the news people? It's like an actual like Instagram account called The News People.
I'm sorry.
And on the bio it says we're not fake news.
Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. If the
so
news
you know it's
doesn't,
legit.
I gotta be honest with you. If the news doesn't come from Derrek Duvall show or like the Chris and Kristine show, I have no idea what the hell is going on this week.
Well, it just came from the Chris and Kristine show. You're welcome, Derek.
There you go.
Go get your toilet paper.
Yep.
And your foil hat. Your foil hat, too.
Yeah. And knowing is half the battle. Go Joe.
Oh,
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. So, hey, so you guys are all podcasters here. Everybody here has been on a podcast at one point or another. This is fantastic. It's like one big, fantastic podcasting family.
Aw.
I know.
Crickets. Everybody's like, and we showed up today. You're welcome. So I would love to know what's happening on the Too Many Captains show. What's up and coming, and what fabulous new guests are you expecting?
Oh my gosh. Let's see here.
Did we just you have forgotten it already? We just discussed this.
I was going to go look it up, specifically what we were on what got actually released, and my brain, like we record something and somebody else works on it, and then we release it, and then
that's what happens when you get the vaccine.
Which
you guys all vaccinated?
Which week we're in?
Well, here's the trick on that one, Chris. If you can't remember, you just say, "I'm sorry, that's classified information," and if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
There you go.
There you go.
We need 2 keys. It's like a submarine.
That's right, 2 keys. Yeah.
Well, while you're trying to remember what's happening on the Too Many Captains show, Derek, why don't you let us know what's up and coming on your show?
Ooh, okay, that's fun. All right, yes. I have pretty much a huge interview coming out on April the 3rd. It is with Hollywood actor Mr. Robert Hayes. For those who are uninitiated.
It's not coming out on April 3rd. That's a Saturday. How about April 7th?
It's funny you say that. On April the 7th, I have an interview coming out with the famous Hollywood actor from the 70s, Mr. Robert Hayes. For those of the initiated, he was the star of Airplane and other Homeward Bound and other family-friendly films.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Homeward Bound was the one with the dogs, right?
That's your mom's favorite.
Oh, she loves that movie.
She cries every time.
I know.
She was just telling us that.
Same. No, the dog doesn't die.
Is he in the movie?
There's a dog
there's 2 dogs and a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Does he play the voice? Or
that's what you guys take away from this movie?
He's the dad.
Yeah.
Robert Hayes is the dad of the film.
I know he's the dad. I'm just saying.
Wow.
No, I was telling Chris.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Mindy.
So
Michael J. Fox is one of the dogs.
That's right.
Wait, too many Chris's.
I know. That's a new show coming up.
I should call you My Chris. My Chris and Money Chris.
Do you want to hear something real funny? And this is
Yes.
the God's honest truth. We actually had to put a moratorium on making new friends because we had too many Chris's in our group.
I was like, I'm sorry. If you guys meet another Chris and they're really nice, you're going to have to just pass.
Or ask them if they'll go by their middle name, which for my Chris, that would be 2 because he has 2 middle names.
Hey, that's classified. That's classified information here, all right? Man, I'm wanted in 4 countries here, all right? Come on now.
My wife's name is Christy as well, so.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it really is kind of funny. Yeah.
Do you guys spell them the same way?
Well,
no, but we.
us?
Yeah, they.
No.
Them.
Okay.
No, she's KRISTY, and I'm
Only the best
CHR.
ones are.
Oh, look at that.
And her and I share a birthday.
Oh, gosh.
So.
This is like.
It's too close.
It's like Kevin Bacon. Like 0 degrees of separation.
Definitely is. So have you guys been getting your COVID shots? Are they available where you guys live?
Yes, we are all vaccinated.
Look at you. What's that like?
What?
Do you guys like walk in the room like just kind of glowing and like strutting stuff?
We haven't. What? Huh?
Do you walk in like Conor McGregor? You walk right in?
Oh, because he's like, he thinks that you like.
Oh, you mean my million?
superpowers.
You mean the millionaire
Invincible.
march?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The millionaire walk? Yeah, I haven't done that yet. But I'm hoping to soon.
Derek just got his second shot 2 days ago, so he's not technically fully vaccinated yet, but we have it marked on the calendar, April 8th, and we're very excited about it.
Well, out here in California, they're just hoarding them all for the politicians to have, really.
That is not true. I'm actually going right after we conclude this interview for my second dose.
Example A right
I'm
here.
not a politician, you goofball. But my Chris over here is still on the fence on whether or not he's going to get the vaccine.
Well, I will if they give it to me. But they haven't given it to me.
You are eligible as of Monday. So I would like to know what we're going to have a pro and con conversation about the vaccine. So who would like to kick this off?
There are no cons. The biggest pro is not dying of COVID.
Yeah.
End of argument.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
you're kind of speaking for people.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? maybe I want to die of COVID. You can't assume that people just.
I know it's like if there was a way to control your fate, dying as a statistic is definitely up there.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing that you all look forward to.
Yeah. It's like, what happened to your husband? Oh, he died, but did he die as a statistic? I'm like, yeah, he did actually. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That's not awesome.
So,
no.
have you guys all have gotten both shots, or just the one?
Both.
All have gotten both shots.
You guys are clean and clear.
That's amazing. Yeah, in California, there's
that's how I led with most of my dating life. I'm clean and clear.
You should probably, if you ever, heaven forbid, ever become single, you probably should put that on your dating profile.
Why are you wishing that on him? Don't you dare.
I got both my shots. I'm good.
Mindy and I are not running away together. Stop that.
I'm just saying, if I was single and I was going to open a match profile, I just put a first thing on there, COVID shot, got them both.
Do you know what's funny? Go, Mindy, hang on a second. Do you remember when, Chris, your wife put on Facebook that she said she had taken you to get your shots? Like we had a freaking field day with that one. That was hilarious.
Because she worded it like she was taking him to the vet, like going to get him updated on his vaccination.
Do you have a cat meme with a grumpy cat meme?
Yes.
I actually
go ahead.
Requested that I say, hey, it'd be pretty funny if you pretended like you were getting me my shots, like we went to the vet.
Well, you were successful.
Yeah.
It worked.
I was going to say, I feel like, telling people, I'm fully vaccinated feels like the new I'm single and ready to mingle, except for I'm not single. But I am ready to mingle.
Right. Or the I voted sticker. I think I saw Derrek posting his I got shot sticker.
I got shot sticker. I got shot.
They just give those out at the hospital now or the emergency room?
Have you, Chris? You read Urban Dictionary like I do. I know you do. Did you see the new word for the last week? Vaxholes.
What?
Oh yeah. And that's
people who walk in the room like, oh yes, but I am vaccinated means you're a vaxhole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so then I guess I'm one of those because I have to travel in like a week and a half, and I was actually thinking of wearing my I got shot or whatever it was stickers as I travel.
I got shots.
It's like I got shot in Tulsa, and here's the T-shirt. It's like, good Lord.
You guys, seriously, we need to like patent this or trademark it, and people will buy these up. We will be millionaires. Be like, got shots, and then have
T-shirts.
like syringes next to it.
Right, definitely pass them out, sell them or whatever on Amazon.
No.
Or some other reputable site.
I heard Amazon's a fantastic place. I heard it's great. The leader in chief, what's his name? Bezos. He's a nice guy.
No comments. Crickets. He's going to delete that section. Don't you guys worry.
Maybe
trying to gaslight us.
Yeah, not a good thing. But
they are opening a new facility down here in San Diego. They're opening up, I think, one big massive warehouse by the border where they're going to smuggle drugs into from the border tunnels.
Oh my god!
Oh,
cool.
That's pretty good.
So
they
they're
really
expanding.
Do you know what that's called? What that's called? Entrepreneurship.
It's called, differentiating your product.
Supply and demand, man.
When I used to work down there by the border there, all the warehouses, they'd have these, this one warehouse got popped. It was a big deal in the news because they had like literally an underground tunnel. Like in the warehouse, they'd have like a hatch and they opened it up and then down went to the tunnel into Mexico where they smuggled the drugs. Like trucks were always picking up, but they never dropped off.
You are on a roll today. Let's get back to vaccine talk. So you both have been, or all three of you have had both vaccines.
Yeah,
Did you
Pfizer.
I was just going to ask Pfizer, Moderna, or the Johnson & Johnson?
I got the Pfizer. What'd you get, Mindy?
I got the Moderna.
Okay.
Chris?
Why'd you get something different?
Because that's what I work for a healthcare system, not in healthcare. I'm not a frontline person, but I work for a healthcare system and that's what they had. So that is what I took.
Okay.
And then Chris, what did you get?
I'm team Pfizer.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but after you get your vaccine, you kind of join a gang basically for that vaccine.
Can I ask you a question? Have you got your benefits packet yet?
Benefits packet from the club?
I got my free
Pfizer club.
I got my free Windows installed.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I'm holding out for my gift card that I'm supposed to be getting from them because they guaranteed me a shopping spree. It was like, come be a guinea pig for your body and we're going to give you a shopping spree. And so I just said, okay, I need a new shirt.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess it's something,
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. Means nothing to me, but whatever.
Oh, Mr. Moneybags over here. Yeah.
Yes. What did you want?
No, that's the other Chris.
Well, yeah. So as soon as I get available to take the shot, I'm so jealous when Chris was asking, Derrek Duvall was asking about tell me about the shot, and I was like, well, I don't know when I'm getting the shot because it pisses me off how they kind of,
Well, for my job, we are technically classified as essential workers, so that got me to the front of the line. If there is one positive I can take away from working at the sweatshop, it's that, yeah.
Well, I guess there's some value to that. My Chris over here is technically an essential worker, not a frontline worker, but because he works in transportation logistics, I don't think he's viewed as being a frontline worker. So they're just going to start rolling it out here in San Diego. But yeah, it's a very interesting time because it's been a pretty slow rollout over here. And now they're starting to open all the schools up, but not all the teachers have been vaccinated. And it's just a very interesting time right now. It just feels kind of weird because it's like all of a sudden there's not been as much published about how many COVID deaths there are, or at least I don't see it as much, or like what the spread is. And all these places are starting to open up. But is it really getting better? Does anybody know?
Mindy, I'm going to let you field this question.
Why me?
Because you work in the healthcare.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't really. I work in a healthcare organization, I should say. I'm not involved in like patient care or anything. But I mean, as far as stuff I've heard at work, I haven't really heard. I'm not in the loop on that kind of stuff. But yeah, I will agree with Kristine that I have seen less, at least, I do a really good job of like avoiding the news, even the news people or whatever that place is that you follow. But I just, the news is just too depressing in general. And then of course, over the last year, it's been even worse. So I usually try to avoid the news, but I will say even just in my, social media scrolling, I have seen less and less articles about it.
Right.
Was previously.
Same. And I was just like, okay, so are we like all in the clear? But I think everybody knows I've battled COVID one time for sure, but they think that it was a second time also previously, and it was nasty.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had COVID myself too, and I think I had a little bit of sniffles and maybe a little aches and pains, but nothing like...
And hashtag man cold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, like I'm looking at this right here. It says Tulsa County in between March 13th and 26th had 539 positive cases. I mean, that's a hell of a lot better than it was. I'll tell you that right now.
So I think we had a peak due to Thanksgiving and everyone traveling.
Oh, right. We're about to have another one
towards the end. And so since January 8th, our daily new cases in the world actually have kind of dropped off a bit, and deaths have dropped off as well. So right now, I think they're just trying to get as many people vaccinated before all the more contagious variant strains catch up with.
But are those as deadly as the main guy, or is it like kind of an offshoot?
I'm not sure. I know that there's, I forget which one. One of them's like twice as contagious.
But it's as bad.
I'm not sure if it's as deadly or not. That's another thing too. Yeah. So if you get something that's not as deadly, I think they're just worried about probably in the US, probably the next 3 months as far as trying to get everybody vaccinated quickly enough. And I have a coworker that's in California. We were trying to kind of figure out specifically why, California is a little bit slower, because while you have way more people, because Oklahoma has 4 million people combined.
Right.
So California is, more than 10 times.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The whole state. Yes, yeah, exactly. Wow. That's
so like a city for us.
Yeah. So the logistics of just having that many people to give that many shots, it has to be very difficult.
Well, we had the National Guard. National Guard gave me my injection on Thursday. So, the military is helping out here.
Wow. Yeah, we have these big super vax stations where there's they were going to convert the convention center into one of them, but they changed it into something different. But like the ballparks down here, the Petco Park, and some like areas of the malls have all been reconfigured. And when I went to get my first shot, there was like almost 100 people getting their shot at that same exact time. And it's like this whole walkthrough area, and it's very interesting.
Until they run out. They're like, it's like when you go to like the, what is it? Best Buy on like the new
Black Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday, where we sold out of that TV, and they're like, "Oh man, it's like for the shots. You're waiting in line, like, oh, we're out of shots. Come back tomorrow."
Oh man,
yeah.
Hey, speaking of big structures and big parking lots, do you guys know? I know you guys are familiar with San Diego, but do you guys know what's going on right now at the old Charger Stadium?
I do not.
Are they trying to figure out why they got rid of the team in the first place?
Well, don't worry about that, because now it's one big fat pile of rubble. They have demolished these.
They took down Qualcomm?
Yeah, it's a big pile.
Oh, wow.
There's like
I have great memories of that place.
Me too. There's one little arch still standing, but the whole job site's one big pile of rubble.
I went to the 2003 Super Bowl there. It was Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Oakland Raiders.
I remember that, yes.
I was there.
Well, It's gone. Sorry, your memories have been destroyed.
It's one big job site. I think
what are they doing with it?
Well, here's the thing. One thing we are short of in San Diego and mostly in California is housing. So I think they're taking half the yard and making it some kind of housing structure, whether it be like low-income housing or
it's not. So the university, San Diego State University, was allowed to purchase the land because it's one trolley stop away from Qualcomm area, and so they've taken over that entire property, and they're going to extend housing for students. So it's going to be like apartments and that type of thing, and townhouses, and then there's going to be supposed to be like a Riverwalk area, some retail space, but it's primarily going to be focused on the college crowd because San Diego State is so landlocked, and it's one of the largest populated California state universities in our entire state university system. And so they just had to figure out how to expand beyond their actual boundaries. And so they're going to have to rely on the trolley system to get students back and forth.
Yeah, but aren't they building like an actual stadium there too for the college on the same site?
They were talking about it. I don't know if that's been firmed up or not, but I mean, it's so much land in that area because of all of the parking lot area that they were able to get a little bit smarter about how they were using it. So unfortunately, that meant destroying the football stadium.
Right. So people walk by taking pictures of it and stuff. And last I checked, I was just over there, and there's like one small little like section of the actual building still standing, and they were ready to knock that over any minute.
So since that's gone, where do our Chargers play now?
Well, they're not the San Diego Chargers anymore.
What?
Yeah, they're in,
what are you telling me?
Where are they now, Money?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, that's right.
What? No.
Yeah,
no. I just bought you a Chargers jersey, though.
Yes,
yeah, from Los Angeles.
That's right.
That makes no sense to me.
They have two teams.
I know, playing the same.
Chris and Kristine.
Yes.
Were you guys Chargers fans?
Oh, I was a huge fan because I had season tickets, went to the games all the time, and watched every minute. Oh, my goodness.
I wasn't a fan so much as a fan of the fireworks because when I moved to San Diego from Central California and I finally located into the city, I lived just across the freeway from the stadium, and my balcony, you could see the stadium. So like when Beyonce came into town, I was able to like sit on my patio and listen to her music and then watch the fireworks, and I liked the fireworks from the football stadium.
That's the reason they built the Green Monster in Boston, is to keep people from watching free.
Oh,
no, it wasn't. It was to help keep them from hitting baseballs into the
No, don't you remember
the highway?
We took the tour. They said they built the Green Monster to keep people from sitting on the across the other building from watching games for free.
Well, I couldn't see the concert.
Tour.
I couldn't see the concert. I just could see the fireworks above the concert and hear the music a bit echoey.
Right. I miss good old Qualcomm Stadium. You know, I was driving by there the other day. They have this bar. It's called the Stadium Bar. It's maybe a block away. I'm like, what are they going to call that place now?
I think I've been to that bar.
You know what I'm talking about, though? It's on Mission Gorge, by Mission Gorge area. It's like a total dive bar. It looks like something like a back alley.
AKA it's like his former first date spot.
No.
Uh-oh.
In a back alley.
Dive bars.
Wow.
Totally.
So
I
Chris,
remember the first bar I had discovered in San Diego. It was on Coronado Island. It was called Little Club, and I used to go there. A lot of sailors hang out there.
Is that where they filmed Top Gun?
No. They filmed the Top Gun bar where they sing "You've Lost That Loving Feeling" on the naval base. It's the Officers Club, and then the Great Balls of Fire is that barbecue place right across from the convention center,
Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah.
But no, but yeah, Little Club on Coronado is where the Buds guys who were Buds candidates go there, drink there, and a lot of the instructors drink there as well. Super, super cool dudes.
Yeah, he was my best friend, went through Buds and told me about lots of those fun things. But I've actually been to the Officers Club on base in Coronado. There was a wedding there that I got to attend. That was pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I think Money Chris was about to tell us something. Is there something you wanted to share with us?
Oh, I was just going to tell Chris
I am not a
Chiefs
man.
fan.
Oh.
That I'm a Chiefs fan, so I was wondering if maybe they're going to put up a special apartment complex or something so the Chiefs can continue to live in the end zone at Qualcomm Stadium.
Oh,
Face.
that was a good one.
See, this is why. See, here's the thing. You don't know this. This guy, him and I, this is the kind of shit that we do all the time. Just fun things like that. This is why everybody needs to have a money in their life. Because this person brings me infinite joy.
I like to have money
basis.
in my life.
Me too.
More money, more problems, though.
Speaking of money, I don't know if we know this or not, but money. Do you mind sharing what you actually do for a living, if anything at all? If you can share that.
Oh, I'm an
Scrooge
electrical
McDuck.
engineer.
He's Scrooge McDuck for real life.
No, I'm not. I'm an electrical engineer.
Electrical engineer.
Smarty pants.
So, you can hook up my surround sound.
Oh, I could definitely do that.
Yeah.
I can't wire your house though, because I don't know what gauge wires to use.
You can keep city grids from failing, but you can't put electrical wiring in your house.
Well, I mean, I could in theory, but
So you work for the power company?
yeah.
Is it like a nuclear power or what?
No, just I plan the large transmission lines, the big ones that transfer power across states.
Wow.
So, big question. Did you plan Texas's power grid?
Yes.
So
Yes. What? Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes.
not exactly.
So what happened? Huh? What'd you guys do?
I will, if you want to, one quick thing. So normally when they have a problem, they're like 1 or 2 gigawatts where they have to say, hey, you need to turn your lights off or something like this. But they were 30 gigawatts short of power. It was not even close. They needed 60 gigawatts and they had 30 gigawatts. So it was an epic total screw up. It's crazy the amount of problem or how much off it was.
Chris, do you remember when that happened and I sent you that clip from the Simpsons movie where they go to Mr. Burns and yes, we have no power, and Mr. Burns ooh, so you like a little bit of my power, would you? And they were trying to negotiate back and forth, and he's sending the hounds on him.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's basically what Money Chris's house is like. Then you're saying he's like Mr. Burns.
Crickets.
It's probably 10% of Mr. Burns' house and 5%.
Oh, man. So you guys are you guys are like neighbors, right, over there in Tulsa. You and the Derrek and the Chris and the Money Chris.
Well, I have a telescope, but I can't look in his window from here. If that's what you're trying to say.
You can't see over the wall. Is that what it is?
We live on the opposite side of town from each other.
Oh, God.
I mean, well, hold on. It's a
Whose dog is that?
14-minute drive.
Whose dog is that? Someone's dog in the jump on the
Yes, that would be mine. They're getting a little restless.
No.
Somebody wants to get on the podcast.
No, we live. I can get to Chris's house in about 14, 15 minutes if I good traffic. Yeah.
And I heard somebody told me that you guys have the same automobile.
Yeah.
Wait, they physically share the same car?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
How does that work when you live so far away from each other?
No, they have twinsy cars.
Oh my gosh!
Really?
Well, he started it.
His and hers license plate?
His and hers.
Car besties.
No, it's funny actually. Back in 2018, Chris had got a really badass Dodge Challenger, which if you knew him, it was very out of left field. We were like, really? It's like, what did
And the best thing was he didn't tell anybody he was gonna get it. And then we were replacing the floors in our house, and he was like wanting to hang out. And we're like, well, we're kind of in the middle of something, dude. And he was like, well, I just want to swing by for a minute. And we were like, okay. And I opened the door and I was like, wait, whose car is that in the street? He's like, oh yeah, that's mine. And it's this bright orange Dodge Challenger.
Does it have the racing stripe on the hood across the racing stripe it has?
Does it? I think it does.
Oh, there you go. Is it the Scat Pack or the Hellcat or the Demon?
Every time you say Scat Pack, it makes me think of scat, like animal poop.
Okay,
I got the low end V8.
The RT base.
Yeah, I just got the RT base. Actually, it's black top.
I was looking at a Scat Pack before I bought my car. I was looking at a Scat Pack, the Charger as was. I was looking at one of those with the 6.4 liter.
It's crazy. When I first bought my first car I had was like a Honda Accord.
Oh.
And you could get like the LX or the EX, and then I think they had like a third one or something. But now there's like 6 or 7 different options for a lot of these cars, and I don't even know how many variations of the Challenger there are. There's probably like 30 different.
I know there's like 5
variations.
I think it's like 5 released a year, I want to say. Like you have your low end. You have your low end, then you have your like Hellcat.
I saw the high one at the delership, and they wanted $150,000 for it. It was the one that had the
Demon.
Yeah, whatever. It had the supercharger. It was like it didn't have it had like a roll cage inside it, and like racing slicks and all that. It was
was the Demon.
Yeah,
I don't think I've told Mindy, but I've been thinking about trading my Challenger.
No, you have not told Mindy. This is brand new information.
So what's the feasibility it's actually going to happen then?
Slim to nil, but let's go ahead and hear what you have to say.
Campman, yeah.
Campman, get a break.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking about. I really have seriously been looking around and doing a lot of research. I really, really, really do want a Tesla.
And, oh, really? Which one? The Goldwing or the regular?
Regular. I don't need the bells and whistles of the Goldwing, but I really, really, really like just how it's laid out. It's not pretentious at all. It's not.
I mean, everybody around here drives
maybe a little bit.
Everybody off to drive around.
But I was like, I think Tesla itself is pretentious, even if their standard car may not appear to be.
It's gonna look. The Tesla is like the Model T right there. It'll be the standard driving in the next 10 years. Everyone's gonna have one. I'm telling you.
Is that why they're calling themselves like Model X, Y, and Z? Yeah. Is it like we're too good to be a Model T, so we went all the way to Z?
It's Model S, Model E, Model X, Model Y, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sexy SXY.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was sitting there like I literally was like, get there faster. There we go.
I just think they're an iPhone on wheels. That's all I think.
iPhone on wheels. But like,
how much do you think that car is that you think you want, Derek?
I'm not going to say that over I don't want to say that over the radio. Thank you.
So too much is the answer.
But no, I mean
lease programs.
But yeah, it's been on my list of I really, really would like one. So yeah.
Okay, I was wrong about the Model E. Technically, the Model they weren't that obvious with it, so you have to make the 3 an E to make sexy.
Well, hey, speaking of houses, how are you guys on your property, on your houses out there in Tulsa? What's the market like out there for houses? Is it going up, down? What's going on?
I think it's been going up.
Yeah. I was like, as far as Zillow anyway, I feel like I get an email like every other week that's like, hey, your property's going up. And I'm like, that's cool.
Do you guys get junk mail that says, hey, refinance, you can pay off like everything in the world?
No, but I do get a lot of phone calls that say, hey, we're trying to get a hold of you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, I told him to piss off of that stuff. My goodness, that guy was hitting me so hard when I bought my truck. And I was like, no, because I bought my car. I got suckered into that crap. And I listen to a lot of like finance shows, and they say do not buy extended warranties. They are a ripoff. I know people love them, and I've used them, but I'm thinking like from the factory, I get 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty for free. So okay, I don't need to spend another $7-8 grand on your crap, but I don't know.
So since you don't really know our housing market, so in general, our housing market is pretty flat as far as 3%, 4% increases in home values. But I think what's happened recently is the cost of lumber has skyrocketed. So new housing starts cost a whole lot more to actually build the houses, which has put pressure on home prices for everywhere else. So we're seeing a lot more growth in our home prices than normal, but it's still nowhere near like California.
Gosh, tell me about it, man. My house has gone up since I bought it. $200,000.
Wow.
That's all what Zillow says. I don't know. I got to find someone to buy it first. I can actually get that for. But so it's getting my wheels spinning, thinking because we're thinking about maybe upgrading to a bigger place. Then we have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, which is kind of the standard size for houses, I guess. But we're thinking maybe going 4-bedroom, and something with more room and a little larger and more land, I guess. Everything here, like our lot space. If I told you the size of our lot size, it'd be like the size of one of your guys' bedrooms. It's so small. We have a decent yard, but it's not like massive or anything like that. But yeah,
I will say this: like my wife's sister lives out in Boston, outside of Boston, and what they paid on their house is not even it's more than my house times 2, isn't it? Like, Min?
Oh yeah, just because they just have way less land out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's all about the land, It's like where Kristine's family live up north, where it's a lot of land up there in the Fresno Valley, Central Valley area. So houses are super cheap. There's a lot of land. The yards are big, the lots are big. Here in the city, I'm in the city, so everything is slam packed together. And the older houses, sometimes you get a little more land. The newer houses, like the new builds you were saying, they give you no yard. They give you nothing. They give you literally a patio, and that's all you get for a yard.
A patio that you can high five your neighbor from if they are sitting on their patio too.
I looked at a house. When I was looking at houses, and it was literally in a nice new community. Everything looked beautiful, nice gardening and everything and all that. But the houses were literally you reached out the window and you could touch the neighbor's house. It was super close. This is they were separate, but they were so close together, super close together.
Yeah, I will say we live in a newer edition. These homes were built around 2000, and we are kind of stacked pretty close together, in our neighborhood. So, we can't reach out the window and touch, but they're pretty close. They're a lot closer than
my telescope does. My telescope does give me good view.
Okay, that's creepy.
I got a view of the mountains behind me for the master bedroom, because the master bedroom is actually the highest. Our master bedroom is the highest point of the house. It's only 2-story, but we have another section inside the bedroom that goes up another level. It's I say level, but it's 2 steps. But it makes it take a little higher. So out the windows here, you can see the mountains to the east. From here, you can see the
awesome
mountain range, or hills, or what you want to call it. So my parents have a really good view from their house. They sit on top of a hill, and they can see mountains and valleys and all that stuff. But yeah, so
wow, I just put up San Diego, California, and Zillow, and went by low price, and here's $8,000 for 212 square feet of land. That's an interesting one.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's 500,000 is the base.
But remember this, at least it's not San Francisco. San Francisco, you're talking millions of dollars up there.
Right. Well, that's a sweet spot, I think, too. I was telling a guy at work last night is that if we are going to upgrade to what we really want, which is a bigger house with at least 4 bedrooms, our price point has to notch into the roughly around the $1 million range, and that's what we have to look at if we're going to upgrade to the, like I said, 4-bedroom, decent sized house, with decent land in a nicer community. That's kind of what you got to look at in that price point. And to pull that off, we need the magic $250,000 put down to even get the loan. So
wow.
it's hard. Like I feel lucky I got in when I got in, but I mean, I still paid a lot of money, but I mean, now thinking, I was kind of funny. I was on the computer and I was crunching numbers, right? Just for funsies. What my house is worth today, if I were to purchase it back then, I couldn't afford it. They wouldn't call me for the loan. They laughed me out of the bank. So,
oh, wow.
So, I mean, that's kind of the way it is or whatever, but you got to get in if you can.
I remember I used to make a joke that my credit was so bad they didn't even want me driving past the bank on a bike.
So
wow.
I'm looking at 4-bedroom houses, and I'm seeing some of these that are like 4-bedroom, 2 baths, $530,000.
That's a deal.
1,400 square feet.
Where's this at? That's a good deal.
1,400 square feet with 4 bedrooms.
Probably Chula Vista.
It says multi.
What was it, like a condo or something?
Actually, yeah.
Yes, these are condos. Really, is when you kind of get to that thing. You get a condo. My first place was a condo. I paid over $200,000, and it was a 1-bedroom.
Oh my.
Okay, well, hey guys, where can we find your wonderful podcast and all your stuff?
Mindy, where can you find your wonderful podcast and all your stuff?
Your wonderful podcast can be found at DerrekDuvallShow.com.
Fantastic.
And I'm sure you'll tell them Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff.
On our Twitter and Instagram, it's at Derrek Duvall Show.
Fantastic. Do you have links for that on the website itself?
Yes, I think so.
That's how you do it. And
do we?
Big money?
We do.
Money over there?
We are at amoviepodcast.com, and we have a deep dive into Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot coming out on April 13th.
Is that a movie?
Yes, it is.
Or is that a game your guys going to play?
It is the name of a movie.
Okay. It sounds like a fun game, though. I'm going to play with the kids. You can't get far on foot.
It's a spin-off of Misery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember Misery.
It's not.
I haven't seen it in years.
That was just a joke.
Oh, well, I haven't seen the movie in years. or my busted ankle. That's a sequel. All right, awesome. Guys. Well, this has been great. And you guys all have a fantastic day.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
thanks.
Well.
The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
All right, Chris. So the real question is, are you going to buy me a new house?
Yes, I'm going to buy you a brand new. Well, okay, I'm buying you a new house. Let's say that.
New to me.
New to me is a new house as it is.
Well, I think that our house has really gone up in quite a bit of value.
Yes, it definitely has. I was just telling the gang that I think I've profited in equity so far since I bought the place around $200,000.
That's crazy. So if we were to think about that as a 20% down, that could get us $1 million house.
No, it can get us $800,000 house.
Wait, 20% of $1 million is
$250,000.
Oh, wait, no, it's not. That's 25%.
Is it?
Yes, $200,000 is $1 million home.
Well, okay, I'm not very good at math on the fly sometimes.
I'm just trying to get myself a bigger house. All right, so can I start looking?
We've already been looking, and we drive by this nice neighborhood on the top of a mountain, which is crazy to think about because, like, I took your parents over there last weekend to check out those houses, and they love the area. They think it's great.
It's beautiful.
But the only thing I don't like is that steep hill. This hill is like a straight wall for like almost like half a mile of a straight up.
Yeah,
you got to go up Mount Everest, I call it. You got to go top Mount Everest, and that's where the houses are. And but the thing is, at the top, you get to see everything, the big valley, the city, so everything from up there. But
maybe we could like go to Lakeside and find something that's a little bit flatter with more land.
You maybe, or out that other area you're talking.
Blossom Valley.
Yeah, maybe there or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway,
probably a few years though, because I am graduating and we are going to have. Well, I am going to have to repay my student loans. And
what?
And we're going to have to get used to that payment.
And you are what now? A doctor?
Not yet. Tuesday.
So kiddos, a little. If you have student loans and you are a doctor, they're not cheap. So I'm told.
They're not. But I have been figuring out how to like minimize my payment and, make sure that I'm doing it the smartest way so that it doesn't impact our family as much. But it is going to be a chunk of change. And so I just need to, tighten up my spending belt and really get adjusted to it. And then I think, as I pay that down and kind of try to do a debt snowball with that as much as possible.
Hey, why don't we just do a GoFundMe for Kristine?
You could refi the house and take all of the equity and pay off my loans. There you go.
Okay, I'll think about it. The kids are excited about the house stuff too. They're curious too because I try to share with the kids like basic money strategies and values of the house and equity, and talk to them about that kind of stuff about purchasing a house and how the market goes up and home value is a good investment for the most part, depending where you live, I guess. But usually it's usually a pretty good bet to bet on real estate, no matter really where you're at.
Well, I think it does matter where you're at. I think if you're in Southern California, investing in real estate is smart. Central California, maybe not so much. But
it still go
anything
up.
That is within like 20 to 30 minutes of the ocean is pretty much a sure bet.
That's why everything coastal is always
so
expensive. In the further you go towards the center of the country, not so much. But there are some places like in Denver that are super expensive.
Yeah.
In Aspen.
Yeah. Those places, because it's like having some type of I don't want to say geographic, but like a natural draw. So like, I don't think houses near Zion are that expensive because it's more of a desert. But like as you get towards Yosemite,
oh wow,
like there's very nice places that are like chalets, or like in Denver where you have like, isn't like Red Rocks out near there?
I don't know, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's just, gorgeous areas like that are very scenic. I think that there's a bit more of a draw. But I was looking at across the country what you can buy for like $800,000 or $1 million, which is not what we're going to spend on a house.
We're actually spending $2 million.
No, we're not.
Maybe 3.
No.
Why not 4?
We're not being those kind of people that are like
5.
No, come on, Chris. We're not being those people that are like flashing their money in front of others, because we don't have that. But when we do decide to purchase a home, the housing market in San Diego is a lot more expensive than in other places.
It definitely is. We were just discussing that. So, but anyways, hey, honey, I'm getting super, super hungry.
I know.
Because it is dinner time here.
It is for sure.
And we got to make reservations at the finest place in town. Nothing's too good for
With
you.
With a dollar menu.
With a dollar menu.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to episode 81. We hope that you enjoyed our little podcast hotline, and we will see you back here next week. And where can people find us in between, Chris?
www on the interweb at www.chrisandchristineshow.com.
And that's Chris and Kristine with Case.
And we will see you guys next week.
Remember this week that life is too short to wake up in the morning with regret.
So love the people who treat you right, forget about the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason.
If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said that it would be easy.
They just promised it would be worth it. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristine. And until next week,
keep moving forward.